Hello you guys, it's Joy with your next episode of Death and Traffic. So, as I drive through Seattle in this deathly heat that all of us crave so much for through the winter, the long winter, I'm thinking about dating and what not to do. I think there's some pretty interesting ways to meet people these days. And I'm noticing that there's a change in the way that men and women interact with each other and the way that they pursue each other. Women tend to be more aggressive these days and be a little bit more, let me get my light here. Women tend to kind of go for it more, but I'm noticing men tend to step back. What do you ladies think about that? Have you experienced men who will try to ask you out or hang out or do things, and it always ends up revolving around partying or having a few too many drinks? I feel like the old-fashioned, hi, let's go on a date is over. I'm not an ugly girl, and I feel like I present myself as a lady for the most part. Unless I've had a couple too many, but usually I don't do that anymore. I've learned my lesson. But I'm just noticing online, in person, men will talk to you, maybe text you or call you a few times, but if you don't easily jump into their life and make it easy on them, they don't pursue you like you hear about in the movies. But I know for a fact there is such thing as old school chivalry. I can't even say the word. I think that men these days need to decide what they want and stop playing games. I feel like maybe the internet has created this monster where there's too many options. People are just like, they're not wanting to commit or settle down, or if they do, they don't want to try hard enough to get their lady. And maybe us ladies really need to have higher standards and step back and stop ruining it for the other ladies around. You know what I mean? Because a lot of these girls out there are nasty. They think it's okay for guys to talk to them sexually. And then, I guess it's just the commonplace. So for some of these guys, it's not that they're completely crappy. It's that they just think it's okay because people just naturally do that kind of stuff these days. Even in church, believe it or not, I'm noticing even in church, you get Christian people who, oh, by the way, hypocrites, everybody's a hypocrite, so I'm not saying that it's church people that are hypocrites, because it doesn't matter who you are, we all have fallen short of the glory of God. Let me hear you say amen. And everybody has a good heart, intentions, usually, but we all have problems. We all are flawed. We all are not perfect. So for anybody to say that somebody's a hypocrite, that they go to church on Sunday, but they don't live their life correctly, well, why don't you look in the mirror and tell yourself the same thing? Because we all have certain things we believe that we don't always follow through with, or we try, or we struggle with. That's just what happens. So anyway, there is that rabbit trail. But it doesn't matter where the men are. I feel like these days have just become a little bit too free and nasty, to tell you the truth. I'm so over men being super aggressive sexually. So gentlemen, I know there's a couple of good ones out there, but maybe you should make your presence more known, and maybe you should be a little bit more aggressive in a nice way. How about that? Seriously, because even the nice ones, I'm telling you. And then I've actually sort of interviewed a few of these nice guys who say that that's what women are like these days, and that's what women want. And, well, maybe not all women. So anyway, you guys, we need to clean up our dating scene and figure out a way to find each other without crossing lines, being nasty, and giving away something that should be saved for love. I know that sounds old-fashioned, but it really should be, because nowadays it's disgusting. There's so much crap going around, and people just don't value each other anymore, Anyway, it wasn't really a funny video, but that's what's on Joy's mind during traffic in Seattle. Here go, boys and girls. That's what it is.